Hey everybody, Jenny Sanzo here. I am recording our part 3 of our I Ain't Afraid to Know Ghost training series. So Monica says I'm doing great. So I appreciate the positive reinforcement. But are you guys ready? Like, this is week 3 already. And I was looking at the faces as everybody was popping on. A lot of you have been here through all of them. So just to recap, all of us have the recordings of these posted on our team pages. So if you did miss one, they're on my YouTube channel, and then we're putting them in our team pages. So you guys have access if you miss one, or if you want to go back and be like, what the heck did she say? And go back and get that. So who did the homework last week and kept track of how many new people they added to their pipeline? Drop in the chat if you have that ready, because this was your homework to track how many contacts you made since our last call. So if you've got that, oh, I see 15. Fantastic. I see, can anybody beat 15? What else we got? Drop them in that chat. Drop them in. Okay, well, Melanie's getting a gold star because so far that's the only one that I see. Gold star for Melanie. All right, so we talked about how to keep your pipeline full. Like, how do you make connections in person? How do you use your social media platform as a way to connect with new people? Because we are so lucky that we have the entire world at our fingertips because of social media. So if you're doing it right and you're consistent, then you are able to always have a full pipeline for your business. So we talked about how to do that. And then we talked how to move people through that pipeline, how to build relationships, and how to invite people to take that next step. Oh, I see 12 contacts. I see 22 contacts. I love it. So today we're going to talk about, like, what does that kind of look like, that invitation process, right? How are you inviting them to take the next step? What does that language look like? And then what do those steps look like? Like, okay, so I've got this person said they will get on a Zoom with me. What the heck do I do now? What do I do on the Zoom? Do I just stare at them? Like, what do I say? What do I say when I get them on the Zoom? So we're going to get into what it actually looks like once you've got them in a next step. Okay, so the first, and I think the easiest one is those initial, like, will you take my quiz, right? Like, I feel like that is an easy ask. If you've been chatting with somebody and maybe they were like, oh, you always look so cute. I'm in my freaking mom bun every day. Like, I wish I could wear my hair down, but it like frizzes to oblivion the second I take it down. That would be a great time for you to talk about Monat and say, oh my gosh, like, I am obsessed with the products I use. Will you take my hair quiz? If I sent you the link to my hair quiz, would you take it? So I want you to pay attention to that phrasing. If I, would you? All right, write that down, lock it away in your brain, because that's going to be your catchphrase for all of these questions. So if I sent you the link to my quiz, would you take it? If I sent you a sample, would you send me a before and after picture of your first wash? If I sent you a video about whatever it is, like about how Rejuva Beads works, would you watch it? So it's a question that is going to see if they're open, if they're interested, and then it's going to be a back and forth. So they know that there's an expectation, like, would you watch it and let me know what you think? Okay, so if I, would you, and you're going to use that for your quiz, you're going to use that for sharing any sorts of videos, and you're going to use that for sampling. So the way I have conversations with people, and if you've seen, I call it QC3. It's how I talk about, like, how I use the quiz and conversations to lead somebody down the path to becoming a VIP customer. If anybody wants, like, that is a whole training in and of itself. If anybody wants it, just send me a message. I have it typed up. It is also in Market Partner Official. I did a training on it, and I'm actually training on it on Wednesday for Australia about using the quiz. So the quiz is my best friend, but it's just my opener, and it's a way for me to get people's phone number and their email so that I can have a consultation, a back and forth consultation where I am asking them a ton of questions and guiding them through the products to where I'm comfortable saying, you want to get these products in your hands? We have a 30-day money back guarantee. Let's get you set up as a VIP. I feel like it is easier to get to close somebody as a customer than it is to close somebody as a market partner, because it's a smaller thing. It's like, will you try this shampoo? And if you don't like it, you can send it back, right? It just feels, and maybe that's something that's in our heads, but to me, it just always felt like a simpler conversation that I can just be going back and forth with somebody on audio, in DM, and never have to get on a call, on a Zoom, invite them to an event, all the things. Like, I can close them right in my DMs. Does anybody else feel that way? Like that is an easier close, like there's less steps? If you are agreeing with me, if that sounds familiar, just drop a 1 in the chat so I know that we're all like on the same page. So I am not going to spend a lot of time tonight talking about closing VIP customers. The skill set is all the same, but I kind of want to get into what does it look like to build a team, to bring people through that. Maybe they're already a customer and using the product, or maybe this is somebody that you met that is expressing that they have a need for X, Y, and Z, whether it's community or whether it's more money or more time freedom, like whatever it is that has made you say, oh my gosh, I have a solution for your problem, and here's how Monat could fit in. That's where you need to have those conversations, bring them to an event, get them on a 3-way call or a 3-way Zoom with your upline. And what I want you guys to understand is that we have phenomenal tools from corporate. We have our Meet Monat, we've got the Monat Top 10. You should have that like printed out and ready for when you have these conversations with people, so you have an outline of the important things that you want to be sharing when you're talking about the business. But don't use it as a crutch. Don't read off of it. What I would not recommend is getting somebody on a Zoom and slapping that up on screen share on your PowerPoint and going through and reading them the slides. Like, that is not what I mean when I say use Meet Monat or use Monat Top 10. I mean, keep those things in the back of your head as you're talking to somebody about the opportunity. But remember, this is like person to person. This is someone you now have a relationship with, and you know that this business can help them with a problem or fill a need that they have. So you want to show them what is in it for them. And you do that by showing that you've been listening to them and you understand what their pain points are. And then you're using the information from Meet Monat, from Monat Top 10, to show them how this can be the answer for whatever that problem is. And it's so important to show your face. So that's why if you can't go have a cup of coffee with somebody and sit down, don't just get on the phone, or don't just try to text back and forth. Or don't just try to audio back and forth. Like, this is someone who is a potential business partner. Get on a FaceTime, get on a Zoom, show your face, be personable, be authentic, share your story, but don't make it all about you. Like, this shouldn't be like you telling them why you're so wonderful and all your accolades with the company and all your hopes and dreams. Like, that's important, but your story part, like you sharing what this business has done for you, should be like this much of your conversation. It should be a lot of asking them questions. Like, if you feel like you are talking all the time and they're just kind of like glazed over, like if it feels like this, if it feels like somebody like me talking at the people, it shouldn't feel like this. It shouldn't feel like Jenny on her soapbox on a Zoom call. It should feel like two friends having a 2-way conversation, and you showing them like, hey, listen, you're saying you wish you can quit your second job so you can spend more time with your kids. I can show you how doing Monat with me you have the flexibility to work it when you want, and I can show you how to make whatever it is that they need, right? And you should know what that number is. If somebody needs to make $500 a month, you need to know that. You need to know whatever their goal is and how this business can fit in. So I just think it's important to know that we have tools that are guidelines, but at the end of the day, it's not a script with the perfect words. And I get asked for scripts all the time, and scripts are great as a guideline, or like to help you find those words and like things. For example, things I'm always going to say when I'm talking to somebody about the business: no inventory, no order minimums, no party plan. Like, you'll always hear me say that. You don't have to buy a certain amount every month. There's no gotchas. Like, there's things like that I always say, no matter who I am talking to. But every conversation I have is so different. So I know people get frustrated with me when I'm like, no, I don't have a script. It's because it's about relationships and tailoring it to what that specific person needs. So keep that in mind. I went over my time because this is just who I am, but I'm going to pass it on to Monica, and she's going to talk about using virtual events to help reach the people, close prospects, grow a team, grow customer base.
Hello. That was great, Jen. And I know you could actually probably still keep talking because it's such a great topic. So I know all of our teams are actually, like, we're doing a little challenge from now until the end of the month. That is your daily minimum guideline that's going to help keep you on track and accountable for all of the stuff that we're telling you guys. So everything that we've done the last few weeks is something that, we kind of do it for a purpose and to help you, lead you, guide you. Like, if you don't know what to do, just go back to that chart or go back to these calls and everything that we've done. Okay. I just wanted to reiterate that. And then also, okay, so virtual events, this can go so many ways. So if I were today wanting to do a virtual event right now to invite people to come learn, to come maybe see and experience their products, there's a couple of events I would do. First of all, our team has a weekly opportunity call that is going over we have our own little Meet Money guide. We talk bullet points, just like Jen said. We've got different speakers that sometimes pop on. And that is always, it's like a third-party tool that's going to help people get invited. Sometimes we do giveaways, sometimes we do different things, but knowing that you have something every single week, and it's not just our team that does this, corporate has them too. You can send a replay, you can send something like that as well. I know, like, if you've got prospects and find them on Instagram, the web, and you're not local to them, virtual is going to be your best bet, right? Especially if you're not in person, or maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, you don't get out much, whatever your reasoning is. But virtual is so great because you can schedule that at convenience for your people. You can do different time frames, and you can invite them. Like, you can say, hey, I've got this virtual event coming up next week. I'm going to be sharing all of our new holiday promos, or you can theme it to anything you want. You can talk about wellness. You can do a tasting party, and show them how you're mixing things. Obviously they can't taste it, but showing them and explaining to them the benefits of the things. And you can do giveaways. So for example, for my VIP customers, I do some fun little virtual events. It's about 30 minutes long. I invite them and I make a little graphic with some fun giveaway images of, like, I might do the little hand mixer blender. It's like $7 on Amazon. I've done the satin pillowcases. Again, they're $5.99 on Amazon. I do fun little things. There's no purchase required. There's nothing to get on it. All I'm going to do is show them 3 things, 3 demos, and show them how to use just a couple of the fun products. And then when I do that, I go in also and talk about the benefits of a VIP, the benefits of a market partner. So I do, like, let's say, for example, one that we did in the past was we did a demo of the makeup balm remover, and she went on and she showed them really quickly how to take her makeup off and then the benefits of it. And then I would do a giveaway with the people on the call. And then the next one would be, okay, so here's the perks of our VIP program. And then just quick bullet points. This isn't anything that's like rocket science. This is just fun interaction. And this can be something where you invite guests too. So I put this on my stories on my social media, and I had 2 guests come on that actually became VIPs because of that. I invited them in, they were watching, and they have to be obviously guests of mine or my VIPs. I kind of do it together either way. and then you can go over another product. So I typically do 3 demos that you can see that will wow people. So makeup balm remover is one, Rejuvenate oil, lighting it on fire is one because it doesn't light on fire and it's just like really cool and you can burn another oil. I have other oils around here that I bought at like TJ Maxx and stuff that we light on fire and show the toxic chemicals in it. That's a fun one. And then we've also done, you can do like energy, you can do like a spritzer, you can do a quick, just an energy mix, talk about the benefits of it. And these are really fun and interactive. And then after that, I do, you know, a big fun grand prize giveaway of whatever it is. And you guys, the prizes can also even be like a select sampling set, but make it like a really nice deluxe set. You could do skincare plus hair care. You could do like, you know, a treat yourself night, skincare, hair care, make it fun. You could do a little bath bomb in there if you want to, something fun like that. And it's just inviting people in to see what you have. And then another thing where I've seen where people have done the masquerade parties virtually, and they will send, if I sent you a face and hair mask sample set. I don't know, we have the berry scrub, we could do that. You could do like 2 scrubs or 2 masks, hair mask, face mask. If I sent you this really fun Pamper Me masquerade set for a night we're going to have a mask party, would you sample it and jump on a Zoom call and we can have wine together and masquerade together and do some fun giveaways? And they could be masking and you can be showing them how to like take it off and the benefits of it. And you guys, people really love doing this stuff. They love to pamper themselves. So, but I think at the end of the day too, is you don't know what's going to happen if you don't ask and if you don't do anything. I think that's the biggest thing that we want to reiterate to you guys too, is that there's so many amazing things that we can do. And now, you know, after the year of COVID and everything, that everybody knows what a Zoom call is. If they're not on Zoom or don't know how to click a link, then I don't know what they've been or where they've been, but most people now, even with Zoom, Google Meet, Hangouts, whatever, all things. But this is something that most people are aware of. And if they don't know how to do it, give them a quick audio on how to join the Zoom or something like that. But the virtual events are super easy and they don't have to be over elaborated. They can be something as simple, even just doing one demo and then going through the things, but making it fun, like Jen said, not going off a script. If you guys, scripts are great, like she said, for bullet points. So if you do have a Zoom and you want to screen share, you can screen share the benefits of the product you're going over, a couple bullet points and maybe some before and afters. Before and afters are super catchy. People love seeing them. They wow people. This is something that's great to do during those as well. So I think the virtual events are things that you guys can definitely do. Another thing that you guys can also do virtually is, let's say you do get a new VIP customer or even a new market partner for that matter. You guys can virtually Zoom in with them live if they do decide to get people together in their home. And you can do an event that way. And you can even do a quick little, you know, tutorial presentation as well. So you can get so creative with this stuff. I think the sky is the limit with the virtual events. And it's just another tool of where you can invite them to. And then I like to tell my girls, if you're going to get into a rhythm of virtual events, I think always have like the next 2 scheduled on your calendar. So let's say your friend can't come to the one on Thursday night at 9:30. Well, guess what? You're going to have one Sunday at 2 p.m. also. Maybe she can tune into that one. You know what I mean? Have some different events. And this is the same thing with opportunity Zooms too. Well, I can't make that one at 7 p.m. on Sunday night, but you know, thanks for the invite. Well, guess what? I've got one next whatever date. So always, you guys, you know, get your calendars ready, get your calendars full. You know, we've got a lot of things happening between now and Christmas. Like Q4 is such a big time of the year for us, especially with the momentum that we're in. Holiday sets, the gentleman's set already sold out today. I couldn't believe it. I was actually really surprised that sold out that fast. So you want to be getting on these things a lot quicker. I know Audrey's on here. Audrey's doing a fun little holiday thing this weekend. She's just like, I'm just inviting people over to sample, to try to do the thing. So we kind of went over what she was doing for that. And she's doing like some foot soaks and she's doing, you know, like some wellness tasting and stuff too. So get people together, and people want to be invited together. And remember, what's in it for them? Okay. Yes, eventually you're going to grow your business with them, but what's in it for them? How can our products help them? And B, how can this help them as an additional stream of income if it's something that they are looking forward to? So that's kind of what I have on virtual events.
Okay, I'm going to be talking about in-person events. This is something that I was really good at in the beginning, and then I've just kind of tapered off, and I'm like getting back into the motion of that. So let's talk about in-person events. Who wants to go over to their friend's house and sit on the couch while their friend gives a presentation over every product that there is, and they like do that? Does that sound uncomfortable and so much fun? Because it's not. We have to stop doing things like that and make them fun. Think about things that, if you got invited to do that, does that sound like something you wanted to do? So think outside of the box and think, how can I host an event that is fun, is a fun way for mom or whoever to get out of the house and have like a girls' night without feeling like this immense pressure that she's going to walk out of there with a ton of stuff that she didn't like really want at that time. So how can we make an impact on those people who are coming to our event, who can see that this is a fun, carefree business with incredible products? So first, everybody loves a goodie bag. So pack some goodie bags full of samples and things like that. And keep your presentation short. Like Jenny said, we have the Monate Top 10. You don't have to stand up there and go through everything. You can be having small individual conversations with people and just touching on key points of that thing. There's some girls on my team, a shout out to Hannah and her team and Ellie. They've been doing some really cool events recently that aren't so much Monate focused, but it gives them an opportunity to build relationships with these people, help them know, like, and trust them, and casually bring up Monate. So Ellie hosted a plant party a few weeks ago. People did like Venmo'd her $5, $10, picked out what kind of plant they wanted. They got a little pot. Then they all came out and she showed them how to plant the plants, talked about the different ways to care for them, what plants do best in the office space, whatever, they've also done like a latte art class and taught people how to make art on top of their lattes. Just some really fun things like that are a little bit outside of the box. Some other ideas that you could do. One that I want to do before the holidays or coming up on the holidays is I have a girl, she's my best friend. She's not interested in the business. I've asked her numerous times over the last almost 7 years. But she does spray tans in my salon. And so I want to partner with her and offer like a glow for the holidays. And people would come, they would get a spray tan and an oil treatment. You have to leave a spray tan on for 1 to 4 hours or you sleep in it. And that's what most of us do with an oil treatment. So what a good way to partner with a local business owner, help them out, and also, expose people to Rejuvenique oil, the liquid gold, and call it like glow for the holidays. And they come and they do that. You can do some holiday happy hours, wine and washes. I can't read the chat right now. Collab with local business owners. Like I said, the spray tan girl. We have also been talking about doing some kind of holiday pop-up thing with some boutiques and girls who do handmade earrings and jewelry and all kinds of different things like that. There is like a floral shop. Like how cool would it be to partner with a floral shop and have them maybe teach you how to make like an evergreen wreath or something for the holidays and get people to come out for that. With Halloween coming up, you could do a Hocus Pocus Botox bash. I almost said bath. Well, if you want to bathe in Botox, go for it. A masquerade party, like Monica said, for Halloween. How cute could it be if you did like the charcoal mask on your face, just maybe around your eyes, and you were kind of dressed like a raccoon for masquerade. I'm just thinking Halloween. And then something I thought about for like the new year, Jenny is for the new year, doesn't everybody usually say like, I'm going to get in shape, I'm going to work out, I'm going to lose X amount of pounds, new year, new me, right? Well, how can we take advantage of that? We could do like a wellness and workout, or let's do a yoga class and people come and they get a sample the protein and the greens and the collagen. Like that's a great way to launch our business in January after all of that, the hype building up to the end of the year. And January is typically a slower month. So how can we utilize what is people's like habits, right? Doing something like that. Jenny does little boutique pop-ups where she partners with a boutique. She goes in and she makes collagen key mocktails, and people try on clothes and you get to talk about the mocktail and things like that. And then just thinking about the holidays, like what's coming up, how could you utilize what is going on with Black Friday coming up? Maybe it's doing a virtual event with Monica, like Monica said, leading up to Black Friday. Like maybe you put on your calendar now a Black Friday event where your people come and they get on a Zoom with you or whatever. Now, that's not even an in-person event. I'm just going here. And then maybe you just do an event that focuses on gratitude. Like this is the time of year when everyone is trying to give more and give back. What if you partnered with your local food pantry, or you rallied your team to provide Thanksgiving meals, or like my team, we have an Angel of Love program. I think other communities have this where you go and you buy the gifts and then they distribute the gifts to the kids. But what if you go and you wrap the presents or you deliver the presents, and you can invite the community to join you in that? So not only are they seeing your gratitude efforts, but they're seeing who you're with, who you're a part of. And that is intriguing to a lot of people to be like, whoa, okay, this girl sells shampoo on the internet, but like out of all the things, she chose to do this. Like she didn't try and do this today. She came to give back and invited me in that process. So just thinking outside of the box and doing things that aren't the typical. I know I mentioned a wine and wash, but like, what if we mix it up a little bit and do some things that are different in that arena? So think outside the box, get together with a couple of people on your team, shoot back ideas back and forth and see what you guys can do. Yeah, somebody's talking about body care and all of that. Like, think of ways that you can incorporate these into live events that are things where if you saw that on Facebook, you'd be like, oh my gosh, that sounds fun. Like, I want to do that. So those are just a few of my ideas for live events. And remember that you don't have to sell them in the first time. You don't have to be like, here's my link, buy my stuff. It's about building relationships, and you want people to leave that event feeling loved and welcomed and like they had a great time, and not that they were being sold to the whole time. So make it an experience. And I promise, if you make it that experience, if you make them feel loved and welcomed, and you make them laugh and just have a great time, they will come back to be your customer. So if you invite them and they don't sign up on that day, don't get discouraged. Just keep building that relationship. So, Jenny?
I love that. Yeah. And that's why, so anytime I do an event, they're going home with something. Like, even if it is just a sample of oil, they're going to go home with something, because I want to be able to follow up with them. Because again, I don't look at events as like, this is my opportunity to close somebody. I look at it exactly like Maggie said, is like, I'm going to provide an experience. I'm going to introduce people to this brand. I want them to get to know me. And I like love collaborating with local businesses, because that's just like where my heart is at. So I love doing stuff and figuring out ways to incorporate even more than one business. So I don't want to talk too long because we're already over, but I feel like this is all like meaty, good stuff. But so the last boutique event I did my mocktails, and then they had goodie bags, and then I had a girl doing a braid bar, and then we also had, you know, everybody shopping at the boutique. So there were multiple businesses involved, which is always great, because then if you think about it, then you've got multiple people inviting too. So it's not just your pipeline, it's the other people, the other business owners you're collaborating with, it's their pipelines too. So all good stuff. Now here's the thing though. So let's say you do your event, you do your Zoom, and then you've got somebody who's like, wow, like it seems like you have a lot of fun and you really love what you do. Like this looks so cool. You can go, yeah. Or you can ask them if they're ready to either be a customer or join your team. So if somebody, like, let's say we did a gratitude event and somebody that I invited is like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe you guys do all this stuff. Like, I really like the mission behind this company. You guys look like you have so much fun. Like, I can't believe this is your job. Like, that's your opportunity to be like, you should totally do this with me. I would love to have you on my team. I would love to work with you. And you can tell them why. Tell them why you would love to work with them. Tell them why they would be good at it. And ask if it's something they would ever think about doing themselves. If you don't ask, and if you don't tell them you want them to join you, you're going to miss that opportunity. And maybe somebody else will. Maybe somebody else is going to be brave enough to ask, and then they're going to be on their team. And you're going to go, oh, well, I invited her to my event, but she chose Susie's team. Well, because she just tried to crack open the door and tell you how much fun it looks like you're having. And she was trying to feel you out. And you just said, yeah, thank you, instead of inviting her to join you. So don't miss an opportunity to ask somebody if they are ready. And now here's what happens is there's going to be objections that you need to overcome. And I'm not going to dig into this too much because this is right in your back office, you guys, but I just want to touch on it. Let me just share my screen. So there's an overcoming objections chart. Where's the button? There's an overcoming objections chart right in your back office. And the way I think about objections, here's another little catchphrase of mine, is feel, felt, found. Write that down. Feel, felt, found. Now, you're not going to say this like a robot, but it's going to help you respond by showing empathy and being human, and then providing them a solution, sort of telling them why they're wrong in a nice way. So I'm just going to go over the first one. I'm super busy. I don't have time. The way Monade explains it is understand and relate, find out more, provide more information, and guide them to a decision. So here's how I do it. Feel, felt, found. I understand how you feel. I felt that way too. What I found is. So it is literally the same thing that Monade is teaching, but I like alliteration and it helps me remember it better with feel, felt, found. It's just how I was taught how to do it. And it's stuck, and it's always something that I go back to when somebody throws one of these at me, like I need to sleep on it, I got to pray about it, I got to ask my husband, I don't have the money, I'm too busy. Sometimes those are the reason, but when you're able to like validate their concern, tell them why you kind of were in that similar situation, or if you weren't, like maybe somebody else on your team, you can use their story. And then you can show like what I found is, and then like if money weren't an object, like if we were able to figure out a way to come up with the money, like, is there any other reason why you wouldn't want to do this with me? Because you want to make sure you can get to the real problem. Because a lot of times people will throw stuff like, oh, I'm just really busy and whatever. And they'll just try to make you go away because they don't want to say like, I don't think I'd be any good at this. And I'm afraid people would laugh at me. And I don't know if my family would support me. You know, that tends to be the reason most of the time is it's usually something like that. And they need you to kind of breathe that life and confidence into them and tell them that you're going to be there helping them every step in the way, and that you see potential in them, and that you know that they are capable of doing this. At the end of the day, that is what people need to hear, that they're not going to be doing this alone, that you are going to help them, and you believe that they can do this. Because you have to remember, most people don't have a community like we do. And when you've been in this business a while and you're so used to, I'm going to get emotional, but when you're so used to people cheering you on and lifting you up all the time, and you're surrounded in that cocoon of positivity, you forget that there's a lot of people out there that literally have no one speaking life and belief into them like we do in this company. So you have to remember that they're starting here, and they just need to know that that you see potential in them and you're going to stick with them through this. So I have found that that is the biggest thing. And that if you can convince somebody that they have what it takes and they can do this, they're going to join with you. Because most of the time, like that's what it is. So feel, felt, found, that chart is in your back office. And people want to know that you see potential in them, and you're going to support them every step of the way. So, okay, your homework. You are going to present the opportunity to 3 people this week. And when I say present, I mean not in the DM. I mean not in the audio message. I mean face to face. Now, that can be virtual. So it can be a Zoom, it can be a FaceTime, it can be coffee, it can be over a glass of wine. But you want to face-to-face talk to somebody about the business and report back when it happens, or when it happens, what happens. Does that sound good? Time to get your ask in gear. I always liked that one. That's a good one. Does anybody have any questions? Maggie says that she is available for Zooms or 3-way calls this week. I'm sure we all, well, Monica's going to be in the DR. Right? When do you leave? Wednesday? Come on. All right. So Maggie's around and I'm around for 3-way calls. But if nobody has any questions, I'm going to stop recording now. Thank you guys for being here and tuning in with us.